Boroshee Solizendole, H8 H1, Shaman Hosan, Shatha Yabikis, Kostikis, Jonah A. Kone, Solizen up and Soid up. In the Four Corners region of northeastern Arizona, on the Navajo Nation rests Red Mesa Unified School District. It encompasses over 1,600 square miles and is larger than West Virginia. This is where we focus our attention. On this school district, where students, 99% of whom are Dene or Navajo, live in economically depressed and isolated rural communities. A place which so clearly represents the gaps between needs and resources available. Red Mesa schools began in 1960 when Kikutsili led community leaders to his parents' home at their winter camp at No Water Mesa. They asked permission to build a school on the north side of the highway on the family's grazing permit. A signed agreement followed. The vision to build schools for the children in the Red Mesa area became a reality. Their purpose was to change the existing ways in which Native Americans were being taught.
The westward movement had a profound impact on Navajo country, Indian lands across the United States. And part of that cultural movement was to integrate and assimilate minority cultures within the dominant American society. That in itself is interesting because, what is an American? And I think the intentions were good intentions.
Ground was broken in 1967, and in 1970, Red Mesa Elementary School was completed as part of the Chinle School District. In 1983, Red Mesa became its own school district, and construction began at the main campus and on the Round Rock Satellite Campus. Years later, the Red Valley Cove High School was built. Red Mesa Unified School District operates with two fundamental beliefs.
With the language and culture as the foundation, we honor tradition and inspire change.
Second, excellence. Our only goal is the exceptional drive to exceed expectations. Red Mesa faces significant challenges that extend beyond the typical educational needs of schools. Just getting to school can be a challenge. Children wake up before dawn, then wait for the bus in the dark and sometimes in extreme weather. Some walk more than a mile to the bus stop, then ride 60 miles to school one way. In fact, buses run over 1,000 miles daily, mostly on poorly maintained dirt roads. During bad weather, roads are impassable, so bus drivers must deal with conditions which create impossible trips. Children spend hours of their day on bus rides to and from school.
Winter season was muddy roads, icy roads, because we live under the mountain, actually at the base of the mountain. So we have extreme snowstorms, and because of that, our students don't come to school regularly.
Red Mesa is working closely with the Navajo Nation and the states of New Mexico and Arizona to improve the roads. The school must also be a self-contained city. For example, housing for the teachers, a sewage system, and water wells are all maintained by the school district. Firefighting and other public safety services are over an hour away. So Red Mesa is working to organize its own fire district and establish police stations on campuses.
We are growing, but the services are not being provided. Like I said, the fire department, it takes about almost 2 hours. By the time they get here, the houses are already burned down.
Red Mesa's staff must be prepared to handle any emergency, at least during the hour it takes for first responders to arrive on campus. One overriding issue for Red Mesa is common to all schools, and especially isolated rural schools: limited resources and funding.
Things are continually and constantly changing out there in the world, and there has to be a way that we can get our children from here to be able to compete in the outside world.
To address its challenges, Red Mesa Unified School District is requesting federal support and intervention to increase the funding available. It is also asking states to lift restrictions on impact aid funding for the Red Mesa District and for similar rural schools. These additional funds would help to attract high-quality staff.
if it's past tense, and irregular verbs, the spelling changes.
They would also support improved roads and the necessary relocation of damaged facilities. Red Mesa is also in the final stages of establishing the Red Mesa Education Foundation to support educational and job training programs, both in schools and communities. The goal is an environment of lifelong learning in a community of well-educated children and adults.
What we're trying to do is develop the next generation of leaders, and along the way provide state-of-the-art facilities for each Navajo child, and keeping our programs competitive, keeping them accountable, and really holding government's feet to the fire and say, look, we don't want any more, but we don't want any less in terms of adequate funding and program development.
According to Navajo beliefs, harmony is circular and exists in the perfection of the number 4. 4 directions: east, thinking; south, planning; west, life; and north, stability. 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, and fall. And the 4 stages of life: infancy, youth, maturity, old age. At Red Mesa, the school day also has 4 primary directions: respect for one's mind, respect for one's body, respect for one's spirit, and respect for one's family and community.
It starts from the elementary, the whole idea, the 4 directions, what they represent, and it extends out into the high school.
Every governing board member, administrator, teacher, and staff member put students first at Red Mesa. The governing board works closely with the staff to utilize the limited resources available to meet the needs of our students. Everyone involved understands the issues that our isolation creates. For example, in the classroom, technology overcomes the isolation. Computers are available to students, and there is a greater vision of what the future holds for Red Mesa.
If I could just stay in my kindergarten class all day, that would just be heaven to me. I see these kids in there, they're so organized. And there's one little girl in there that just, she, will walk down the hallway so proud. And she's kind of got a little bit longer hair than mine. And when her mom puts them up in pigtails, and she kind of flings her head like this from side to side, and she makes her pigtails kind of wag, and she's just so cute. And you say good morning to her, and she'll just kind of look at you with her big eyes, and she'll say, oh, good morning.
While ever seeking to be at the cutting edge of technology, the basics are not forgotten. Excellent reading and mathematics skills are emphasized. Language arts, science, and social studies are highly valued. At Red Mesa University, adult learning and professional development are available for teachers and staff. GED programs are also offered for the community. A nursing program has been established as a starting place for building a vocational program. In addition to an aggressive teacher recruitment effort, Red Mesa strives to develop its own teachers by working with teaching assistants in their efforts to become certified teachers. Extracurricular and enrichment programs and activities which promote health and build character are available to students who participate in sports and other after-school alternatives.
Probably the sports and the education. And I have to say, probably the teachers. They teach good, and they understand a lot here.
Definitely music, band, art, and karate, and cheerleading, definitely.
These activities provide a place to nurture both artistic and academic gifts and talents outside the walls of the classroom. They give students a place to go after school with opportunities for positive interaction and expression. Red Mesa wholeheartedly embraces the involvement of parents and community with students and school. Character development is a top priority. Core values and healthy citizenship are stressed. Through student government and interaction with families and in the community, students are encouraged to take part in community-wide plans, growth, and decision-making.
Next year I'm running for president, So, and I'm willing to change, make some big changes here at Red Mesa High. And not just at the high school, but as a community.
Parenting classes are offered. The parents are encouraged to play a major role in their children's school life. Teachers and parents share the responsibility of co-creating a positive environment for children's character development and enhanced self-esteem. In Red Mesa, family and community are closely intertwined. Culture Camp and Navajo Prayer Journeys are bonding experiences through which the Navajo children celebrate and learn about their culture and native identity. Children are taught to respect and cherish their heritage and to look forward to contributing to a lasting, evolving, and transformational legacy. With increased and better allocated funds, Red Mesa Unified School District and all isolated rural districts will be able to provide roads, facilities, and highly qualified staff necessary to create what every child in America deserves: access to high-quality public education. It is obvious that at Red Mesa, the students have the desire and will to learn. That, along with the overwhelming desire and passion of the teachers, creates an educational environment that gives these children the opportunity to learn, grow, and be successful members of their communities and successful members of their states and country. Was in a hustling.